I'm 73 years old. That number still surprises me when I say it out loud. I don't feel like a woman who has lived 7 decades, but my body remembers things my mind tries to forget. And here's the truth I need to say before I lose the courage to say it. Almost everything I was told mattered when I was young didn't. They told me to chase success. They told me to stay busy. They told me there would be time later. No one warned me that later has a way of quietly disappearing. If you're young, you probably think this message isn't for you yet. I thought that too. That's why I'm speaking now, before you make the same quiet mistakes I did. I didn't waste my life in obvious ways. I did what I was supposed to do. I worked hard. I was dependable. I showed up early and stayed late. I built a respectable career in an office where the lights never really went off. I raised children while juggling deadlines, meetings, and the constant pressure to prove I was doing enough. I listened to my parents when they said security mattered more than joy. I listened to my teachers when they said achievement was the measure of a person. I listened to my coworkers when they glorified exhaustion like it was a badge of honor. And I listened to society when it said, just get through this phase. Life will begin after. So I postponed things. I postponed rest. I postponed dreams. I postponed long conversations, slow mornings, and unanswered questions in my heart. I told myself I was being responsible. And maybe I was, but responsibility, I've learned, can quietly turn into a cage if you never stop to ask what it's costing you. I didn't think I was sacrificing meaning. I thought I was building it. That's the mistake so many of us make. My wake-up call didn't come gently. It came in a hospital room that smelled like antiseptic and fear. I was 68 when my heart gave out, not completely, but enough to scare me into stillness, enough to make me lie there staring at a ceiling tile with a small crack running through it, wondering if this was how my story ended. I remember the sound of the heart monitor, steady, unforgiving, a reminder that time doesn't negotiate. What shocked me most wasn't the fear of dying. It was the clarity. I didn't think about promotions. I didn't think about money. I didn't think about how productive I'd been. I thought about my daughter's laugh when she was 5. I thought about phone calls I rushed through. I thought about dinners eaten separately because I had work. I felt regret, not loud, not dramatic, but heavy, settled. And I realized something terrifying. I had been alive for decades, but not always present. That moment changed how I see everything. The biggest lie we're told is simple. Do what you must now, you'll live later. Later becomes a promise we use to excuse everything we're afraid to prioritize. Later, when things calm down. Later, when the kids are older. Later, when work slows. Later, when you're finally allowed to rest. But later doesn't arrive all at once. It erodes. It disappears in small, reasonable decisions. And one day you wake up with a life that looks successful on paper, but feels strangely empty when you sit alone with it. No one tells you that success without meaning feels hollow. No one tells you that staying busy can become a way to avoid asking hard questions. And no one tells you that time isn't waiting for your permission. My regrets aren't about what I failed at. They're about what I wasn't there for. The dinners I skipped because I was too tired. The phone calls I rushed because I had something more important. The friendships that faded quietly, not from conflict, but from neglect. I missed ordinary moments, and that's what hurts the most, because ordinary moments are the ones that add up to a life. I don't regret not being famous. I don't regret not being richer. I regret the silence where connection could have been. I regret thinking love would wait. Some things don't. I had a friend, Margaret, who climbed every rung she could reach. She retired early, proud and exhausted. 2 years later, cancer took her. She used to say, "I'll enjoy life when I'm done working." She never got the chance. I watched a marriage unravel, not from betrayal, but from busyness. Two people too tired to talk, too distracted to listen. They didn't fight, they just stopped seeing each other. And I watched society applaud people who were burning themselves alive for approval, while quietly ignoring those who chose balance. We reward exhaustion, we celebrate sacrifice, but we rarely ask what's being sacrificed. I see you, I see how much pressure you're under. Money feels uncertain, the future feels fragile. Comparison is constant, you're told to hustle, optimize, monetize, turn every moment into progress. I don't blame you, I felt it too. But I wish someone had told me this. Your worth isn't measured by how much you endure. Here's what actually matters. Time is not renewable. People are not replaceable. Presence is more valuable than productivity. A quiet walk, a shared meal, a conversation that goes nowhere. These are not distractions. They are the point. If your life ended tomorrow, would today have mattered? Who would miss you and why? What are you postponing that your heart already knows is important? Be honest. No one else is listening. Dear younger me, slow down. Call your mother. Hold your children longer. Stop waiting for permission. You don't need to earn rest. You don't need to prove your worth. Live now. It's not too late for you, but it will be if you keep waiting. Meaning isn't found someday. It's chosen today. Choose carefully. Your life is already happening, and it deserves your presence now.